The Ukrainian presidential election campaign gathers steam ahead of the January vote. It's exposing religious intolerance in the country. The Jewish community claims some politicians and their supporters are using anti-Semitic slogans and says other candidates are failing to speak out against it. Alexei Yarashevsky reports.
Every year, millions of Jewish pilgrims from across the world dance in the streets of Uman in Ukraine, a sacred place for Hasidic Jews. The community says these festivities are a sign of religious tolerance in modern-day Ukraine. However, some in the west of the country share a different view. In the town of Uzhhorod, nationalists threw eggs and waved banners with anti-Semitic slogans during a rally by a politician with a Jewish background. The town's mayor, who is also running for president, is unashamed.
This politician thinks that these elections are being held in Israel. He's putting his campaign tents in our beautiful city. This is Ukraine, and it has its laws, and he must obey it.
And such ideas have a following in western Ukraine, where some politicians believe in a Zionist conspiracy against their country.
Today, Nazi war criminals walk freely on the streets of German cities, because Germany imposed amnesty on all of its war criminals. But now they are driven by Zionists to find a scapegoat country, listing Ukraine as one of them.
On occasion, this wave of xenophobia reaches other more tolerant parts of the country. 5 years ago, a university in Kiev called MAUP awarded the former leader of the Ku Klux Klan, David Duke, with a history degree. Something Ukraine's Jewish community is still infuriated about.
The
MAUP was an anti-Zionist project sponsored from abroad, mostly from Arab countries. The academy united many anti-Semitic writers whose works could still be found in Kiev's bookstores. Despite that, we urge the authorities to stop MAUP's propaganda.
As presidential campaign continues in Ukraine, opponents use different, at times dirty methods to garner votes. And using anti-Semitic slogans, according to the Jewish community, is nothing new here.
During the previous campaign, one writer alleged Prime Minister Tymoshenko is also Jewish. This isn't true. So such methods are often being used here to discredit someone.
And at the same time, Ukraine has a law prohibiting racism and religious hatred, which allows up to 3 years in prison if convicted. The Jewish community in Ukraine is bewildered as to why none of the presidential candidates are speaking against using anti-Semitism during the campaign. They say this could win almost 250,000 of votes of Jews living in the country. And in a race as tight as in Ukraine, this could prove to be a substantial boost. Alexei Yarashevsky, RT, Kiev, Ukraine.